Today, I'm going to be doing a review on set number 75385, aka the Duel on Peridea. This set released in 2024 for a retail price of $55, and this set has 382 pieces and 5 figures. First up, we have Morgan Elsbeth, and overall, it is a pretty good figure. She does have a nice dark red torso with some printing for her robes, but sadly, she doesn't have any leg printing. And she also does have some nice markings on her face, and a pretty good hairpiece. And she does have a pretty nice build for her sword, which is just the dark saber piece recolored in transparent green on a normal lightsaber hilt with a stud on the bottom. And I guess it works, but the handle looks a bit weird. I think that the stud on the bottom just makes it look too big, but the weapon in universe does have a pretty weird shape. And this is her second face. Next up, we have probably the most talked about figure in the set, the Ezra. And it is a great figure, except his face print. Me personally, I don't think the blue eyes work good on this figure. They just stand out way too much. It does look fine on Ahsoka, but it just doesn't work here. But the printing on his torso is very nice, with the chainmail underneath. It's a pretty good leg printing. And this is his second face. But with this face, it's way too hard to see his mouth because it kind of blends in with his beard. And he just has a regular blue lightsaber. We also have a very good Night Trooper, which does still use the Family Guy Stormtrooper helmets. But otherwise, his printing on his torso and legs is very nice. But I do personally wish that there were some more gold cracks and dark red wrapping. Just because I don't think that there's enough. And he does have a pretty creepy face underneath. We also have a gray Ahsoka figure in her white robes, which is a great figure, and she does even have some arm printing, but I do wish that her arms were dual molded, because you can still see the orange on the side. But the figure does have the more accurate sized Leku, but she does have the same face print as the previous Ahsoka. And finally, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn. This figure has finally returned because his only previous one was going for about $200. And this figure is a massive improvement. First up, he has the nice dual molded legs, the accurate rank, and a slight upgraded head. But one change is the character does now have the black hair, which is accurate to the Ahsoka show, and a different shade of blue for his skin. And this is the second face. While the figures in the set are great, the build isn't very good. It's just a gray platform. That's it. But let's talk a bit about it. First up, a major complaint I have is there are way too many stickers in the set. There are 20 stickers in this one set, which is an insane amount. But on the platform, there are these little pillars with some nice sticker detailing. And on the back of them, there is this little gold bar. And they can move back and forth because they're just attached by some clips. But the actual platform does have a couple features. First up, this piece can spin around, but there isn't like a gear right in the front, so you have to actually spin it like that, unlike those other ones. Because these ones actually have little gears, which you can't spin around. And the same goes for the other one. But having a gear right there in the front wouldn't look that good. But the features is meant so that you can spin the figures around to have them fight, I guess. Which has never really been my cup of tea. And in the back, there is this little launch pad piece to launch Ezra, like how he jumps towards the Star Destroyer. But the feature doesn't really work that well. First off, he doesn't really jump that high, and he doesn't really jump forward. He just jumps straight up. I don't know. I feel like the feature could have been done a bit better. And that's essentially all that there is. There's not really much going for the set, just because the build is, like I said, just a gray platform with some black pillars and way too many stickers. While they do add some nice detailing, just a lot of them just should have been prints. So, should you pick up the set? Honestly, probably. While the build isn't the best, it's just a great platform with way too many stickers. The figures almost make up for it, because they're all great except the Ezra. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of his eyes, but otherwise the rest are very nice. But my other major complaint is the price. $55 is way too much. This totally should have been a $40 to $45 set. So, I would give the set like a 6 out of 10. And if you want to buy it, I would highly recommend that you only buy it when it's on sale.